seen almost everyone can relate to a living room with nothing more than that big, brown, very comfortable couch to sit on. One Studio 5 viewer wanted to do something more with her front room space, so she dialed our designer and tapped into the new Studio 5 design series everyone is talking about, everyone is loving, a chance to get free e-design advice from one of the best in the business. Designer Lauren Oviatt says the front room is often a forgotten space that people don't make the most of, and that's the case with our viewer today, who you worked with, right?
Completely. She had maybe some leftover pieces in her living room, which is totally fine. If you're like me, it's like, I don't want to do anything until I can do it all and make it impressive, but that's what a living room should be. I mean, it's the first room that so many people see. It's a room that a lot of people see maybe they only get that far. So it's important to kind of make it special, and you can do some things that you wouldn't maybe do in a more casual family room space. So I'm excited to give some advice today.
So this viewer, Jen Boschweiler, she wrote in asking for help with her own front space. Tell us a little bit more about her.
So her home looks fairly new. It's pretty much 4 blank walls. She's got a great set of windows in the front, a nice big doorway, and again, I think just kind of some leftover pieces that are serving function, but maybe not a lot of style at the moment. So it's a blank canvas, which is kind of exciting.
That's like a designer's dream, isn't it?
It is.
A blank canvas. We want to welcome Jen into this discussion. She's joining us via Skype. Jen, it's so great to have you part of Studio 5. I understand you recently moved into your home. What's kept you from finishing that front room space?
You know, I never really knew how to put it all together. And like Lauren said, it's the first room that people see in your home. And so I just wanted to make a grand statement, but I didn't want to just buy pieces and stick them together. I wanted it all to coordinate and to kind of be a wow.
Okay, Jen, here's what I love. We asked you as part of the Get to Know You Q&A to describe your style. And you said, and I quote, modern, traditional, rustic, and then you jokingly asked, is that even a style? So let's ask Lauren, is that a style?
I mean, yes, I think it's kind of a ratio, like maybe like 25, 25, 50.
Yeah.
But as we kind of delved into the style a little bit more, we learned that Jen was a little bit more traditional than she thought, which is great. And I think that in today's world, there is a little bit of kind of that cross between, I like traditional, I don't want it to feel stuffy. I have a young family. You know, I want things to feel fresh and new.
There's kind of a stigma with traditional, that style.
Yeah, so we punched it up a little bit.
Okay.
And I think we're still giving Jen something that's different. But I mean, based on her backdrop now, I think she's actually doing pretty good.
Jen, were you surprised at that diagnosis that you're more traditional of a designer than you thought?
Yeah, I was. I really was, but that's good, I guess.
Okay, all right. You always start clients off with some inspiration photos. So what did you pull for Jen?
Absolutely. So in this space, because it is such a great blank space, I pulled some architectural elements, and I think that in any space where it's an opportunity, the architectural elements, like a built-in bookcase wall, is such a good idea because it gives you architectural interest. It gives you an opportunity to style and bring in personality. We also came up with the idea of maybe some ceiling beams. They can be simple. They don't have to be dramatic with lots of crown molding, but Jen has some warmer colors in her home, so I love the idea of maybe some stained beams in her ceiling.
Jen, what do you think of those ideas?
I absolutely love them. I hadn't thought about the stained beams, so I love it.
All right, let's get to color and pattern, can we? Did you have any color suggestions, Jen, the colors you really like that you were hoping to work in?
Nope, it was a blank slate. I was open and game for anything.
You are making Lauren's job way too easy. Do you know that? All right, color pattern, what did you reach for?
Yeah, absolutely. So where she's starting with kind of a neutral wall, it's great to bring in some rich color. So we started with kind of a palette of earthy tones, but toward the blue, toward the browns. And what's great about this is that she can bring in any pillows and any pattern and rugs that she chooses to down the road. So if you're springtime and you want greens and whites, this is great with some detail. You could even go with pinks and purples and kind of a punch of geometric pattern, which I really love. I think in any space, the investment pieces need to be more solid. They need to be more movable. And the fun part comes with the pattern, the rugs, the drapes. And so that's what we kind of pulled together for Jen, is a few different schemes of pillows, which she can pair with a design board that we came up for.
Jen, I know you have 3 little boys, so does the word pink scare you?
Not at all. I need them to love pink.
You need them to love pink, and they might after today. You mentioned the design board. That's the grand design gift. Let's take a look at the board you put together for Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started with a few different pieces, and what I love is that the sofa sort of grounds the space. It's in a family-friendly fabric, and I think one of the great statements of the board is that Jen said she does love color, hard to implement it. A trend that we're seeing right now is overscaled art. So we picked 4 pieces of kind of a take on botanicals. It's actually a photography, but some great color, and it kind of gives some great interest. It's trendy. and then she can swap it out when she's ready, but it covers that space.
Can I ask the furniture pieces you've selected? I mentioned those cute darling boys. How do
Yeah.
you choose furniture pieces that are still kid-proof?
Absolutely. Well, in today's world, there are so many family-friendly fabrics. Sunbrella, Krypton treated. These may be words that people don't know, but it's worth Googling because these are fabrics that literally you spill something and it rolls right off. So the color is not as much an important factor as much as it used to be where things would stain. So the color wasn't that big of a deal, but I like that grounded color of the richer pieces.
Jen, I broke out into a grin at two things: stain-proof furniture and also that beautiful design board. What do you think about Lauren's ideas?
Oh, I love it. I'm so excited to now be able to focus on something and to move forward with it.
All right, Jen, we want to see some pictures when you're finished shopping, okay?
Absolutely.
It's great to meet you. Thank you so much for playing along. And
Thank
I
you.
just marvel at this process. You're so good at what you do, and we know that.
Thank
But to
you.
see your expertise in action, if people want more help, how can they get in touch?
You know what, find us on Instagram first because that's a good way of kind of feeling us out. But we're online at oviatdesign.net. We have a retail space in Farmington. We love to hear from viewers.
Recently back from market, they've got some great ideas and offers. So thank you so much,
Thank
Lauren. We
you.
appreciate it.